Hey guys, Brian O'Brien here with another week of my culinary school journey. That's 11 weeks in the book at that phenomenal cooking school, the Culinary Institute of America at Greystone. This was another stellar week. Getting into the week, we had a science lecture on Monday. That's the science lecture for my culinary fundamentals class, where we discuss kind of the science aspects of cooking and the different like Maillard reaction and caramelization and all of the kind of sciencey things that happens during those processes. Getting into the Tuesday, Wednesday, we had my liberal arts classes. We had my hospitality and nutrition classes. Both are moving along smoothly. Hospitality, again, you know, it's such a vast industry, the hospitality industry, and so we're really just trying to wrap our brains around how large it is and do our best into pinpointing exactly what part of that sector we want to work in. In nutrition, we started talking about proteins and carbohydrates and the different categories of each. There's a lot that goes into it. I thought I had a pretty firm grasp on nutrition going into this class. Turns out that's not the case. Much harder class than I anticipated, and my professor, Sana Delmonico, is a phenomenal teacher. I'm learning a ton from her, but it is a very challenging class. But you know what? That's what I signed up for. Getting into the kitchen. On Thursday and Friday, this was a really exciting week. We got into protein cookery, which is really what a lot of people consider cooking. You know, when you say, what are you cooking, people are always wondering what you're cooking protein-wise. Are you cooking chicken? Or are you cooking steak or fish? So this week we really got into protein cookery. On Thursday we did a deep poached salmon. Which was absolutely stellar. I love salmon. I usually bake it or even saute it, but this is a new method that I hadn't yet learned. Deep poaching. We created a cooking liquid with a number of different ingredients, and then we dropped our salmon fillet into that deep poaching liquid to cook until it was a perfect, almost medium rare in the middle, and we served that with, what did we serve that with? We served that with some tornade potatoes that had been tossed in some parsley and some butter, some julienne vegetables, and some rice pilaf. It was a fantastic dish. I really, really liked it. Oh, you know what? We didn't do rice pilaf. We actually did sauteed spinach. Friday is when we did the rice pilaf, and Friday we did a shallow poaching method. Now, shallow poaching is kind of a combination between poaching and steaming, really. Half of the protein, in this case the chicken breast, was inside a cooking liquid, and the other half was actually outside the cooking liquid and actually steamed. So that was a new technique that I'd never really learned. Chef Wong did a really good job at explaining the different nuances and the different techniques that one needs to understand in order to properly shallow poach a chicken breast, and in fact even told us that this was one of his favorite days because he typically doesn't actually like to eat chicken breast, which most of us that understand cooking and the different pieces of a chicken, we tend to go more towards the fattier pieces of meat, like a thigh, than the breast. But he really enjoyed this day because it turned something that he doesn't necessarily eat all the time, being chicken breast, into something that he really enjoys, which is a shallow poached chicken breast. We served that with the rice pilaf, some oblique cut carrots that had been tossed in a glaze, some sauteed spinach, and a beautiful sauce that we made out of the cooking liquid, and it was just basically a tarragon sauce. Really, really delicious. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw both of those dishes plated. This week was really cool because we actually got to present plated dishes to our chef. Stuff that we've been really anticipating and really looking forward to all semester is now finally coming to fruition. You know, 11 weeks deep into this culinary school, and it's really starting to feel like it's coming to an end. Not the school in general, but this first semester. And the first semester is very much the hardest semester. So it really feels like I'm rounding third base here, and I got my eyes set on home plate, and it's becoming easier. The kitchen is getting easier. It's getting more fun. We're getting to present plated dishes to the chef. So everything that we looked forward to at the beginning of the semester is finally happening. Only took 11 weeks. You know, we only have a couple more weeks left, so I'm just gonna learn as much as I can, enjoy as much as I can, eat as much as I can, taste as much as I can, and honestly network as much as I can. That's it for me, guys. Week 11 in the books here at the Culinary Institute of America at Greystone. My name's Brien O'Brien. I'm a first semester culinary student here in the Associate of Arts in the Culinary Arts program. 11 weeks in the books. If any of you have any questions about attending the school, how to get in, what it's like to live in the dorms, please feel free to reach out. You can reach me at Brien@chefbrienobrien.com, or comment, or just message me directly. Thanks for watching, guys. Look forward to seeing you next week.